Former President Trump has responded to the January 6th committee's vote to subpoena him for his testimony and documents. The former president responded with a 14-page letter addressed to the chairman, Benny Thompson, calling the panel's actions, quote, a charade and witch hunt. Trump also claimed he, quote, did his job on and before January 6th. CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane has more.
As the crowd grew outside the Capitol, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is warned then President Trump had considered coming to join them.
Nobody comes, I'm going to punch him out. This is my moment. I would pay to see that. I've been waiting for this, for trespassing on the Capitol grounds. I'm going to punch him out, and I'm going to go to jail, and I'm going to be happy.
The speaker was later shown on the phone with Vice President Pence, who was a target of some of the rioters. She checked on his safety and warned him.
Don't let anybody know where you are.
The January 6th committee showed parts of the video minutes before voting to subpoena the former president, who responded today in a rambling 14-page letter, never saying whether he'd comply. Instead, reiterating false claims of election fraud, calling the panel's members hacks and thugs, and referencing in words and photos the size of the crowd he drew on January 6th. Committee member Zoe Lofgren.
Would there be any value if he agreed to do this live in front of the country, in front of the cameras?
Possibly. I mean, first we need an indication that he's willing to talk to us, and then we'll work out the details. But so far, it's all cap answers with the same old false statements.
The committee said it's also considering criminal referrals for key players, an important move, says former Justice Department official Michael Greenberger.
Would a criminal referral put pressure on the Justice Department, or are they immune to that?
It would put pressure on them. They aren't obliged to follow what Congress is referring to them, but it definitely puts pressure on them.
Scott MacFarlane joins us now. Scott, is it likely, based on your reporting, that former President Trump will comply with the subpoena?
Hey, Catherine, nobody woke up in Washington, D.C. today with a firm expectation the former president was going to sit down, talk with this committee, and share a bunch of documents. We did ask, as you note in the piece there, would the committee be open to a live, televised interview, deposition with the former president? And you heard the committee member say maybe, but he really hasn't communicated to us in his new response whether he'd be willing to talk. But the big factor here, it's hard to get around this, is time. The clock is ticking so quickly for this committee. They have less than 3 months until they dissolve, until they go away. At the end of the Congress, this committee ends. And that's a very finite amount of time to work out something as complicated as a committee interview with the former president.
You were reading my mind. I was just going to ask you, the committee is clearly on a short timeline, right? This session ends in December. So are criminal referrals on obstruction or perjury even viable?
Well, they're likely. What do they mean? They're not binding on the Department of Justice. They would just be a recommendation or advisory. It may move the meter with the Department of Justice, which is clearly closely following what this committee does. The Department of Justice has, in fact, asked this committee to share some of its work product, some of its transcripts of its depositions. But the other issue is this committee knew it was waiting until the 11th hour to vote on this subpoena. They could have done it much sooner, and one committee member tells CBS News they were planning to vote on this subpoena 2 weeks ago at a hearing that was postponed because of Hurricane Ian.
So again, on the question of timing, can we expect an interim report before the midterms, as well as this final report in December?
I'd be surprised if there wasn't an interim report in the coming weeks. They want to get a lot out there, and they're still trying to do an investigation and get more intake, 2 more interviews, clearly one big interview they still want. The final report is a different matter. Under the legislation under which this committee was formed is a requirement that the committee wrap up its work and be done 30 days after they issue that final report. This committee has indicated in the last 24 hours they want to use every drop of daylight they have, every moment permitted. So if they use the rest of this Congress, every ounce of it, that written report would come the week after Thanksgiving.
Scott MacFarlane, thank you.